I started watching Harry Potter again.
Okay.
Well, I'm reading the books, right?
Oh, okay.
Because, I wasn't allowed to read the books as a kid. So now as an adult, I'm like all in on them, right?
Right. So you read you watched the movies before you read the books?
Yeah, I've seen the movies probably like 10 times over each. You know? Like I know what the movies are. But as
the books hit different.
They really do. And so I'm only on Sorcerer's Stone, right? I'm early in.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of, Harry's like at the Dursley's houses, and they're like, "Oh, Harry, sleep in the closet," and he's like, "I don't want to." They're like, "You're gonna sleep in the closet, Harry," and
he doesn't even really have a chance to say no. I don't want to.
Well, yeah, they just kind of go like, "This is your room,"
and
he's like, "Huh?
Oh, I have a room. Cool."
I think that's why we probably liked it so much as a kid, because at my house I basically lived in exactly what Harry lived in.
Yeah.
Like the room that I was put in as a child, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Dude, my room was like, I'm not even kidding, like 5 foot by like 10 foot. And like, that's not a joke. Like you could lay as an adult, you could lay sideways in the room that I grew up in, and you would be touching both walls.
Right.
And then like it was long, and you could tell it was just kind of like the last resort room. Like the builders.
Well,
were like,
you're the youngest, so.
Well, yeah, they were like, just get in there, and I was like, what? And they're like, here's a TV with a VHS tape on it. And I was like, okay,
thank you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my brothers are like sitting in there with like brand new gray TVs with like the nice LED or LCD picture and whatever, and I'm in there with my old CRTV.
Yeah.
Trying to fix the antenna so I could see Kramer do his goofy stuff for a couple minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And see, I was kind of like the opposite because I was the oldest. So growing up, I was like, we were in a trailer for my first 7 or 8 years.
Right on.
And then, so I slept in the living room, the only room other than my parents' room. And
wait, so you didn't even have your own room?
No, not at first.
Whoa.
And then right around 7 or 8, I graduated to my own room.
I like to think it was a 3-bedroom trailer, and they were just
they just denied me.
Oh no, this is the records room. I keep my records in here. I don't want you sleeping near my records.
Well, that makes sense. I
don't want you touching my Pat Benatar record tonight.
But no, yeah, like so the way it was set up is like if you imagine the trailer is like, of course it's one big long thing. So there's like the kitchen area at the front.
The living room where hallway.
I slept, and then like a tiny ass little hallway with one bathroom, and then there was my parents' room. That was the first 7 or 8 years.
Oh my gosh, that's a tiny little.
It was it was a trailer.
No, see, but like even our trailer had like, I think it had like 2 bedrooms, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Oh, you were in a double wide.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
Dude,
what's up.
We are really like letting the world know how we grew up. Oh no, my trailer.
But
when did you move into a house?
So right around 7 or 8, so my grandparents moved out of their house into a different one. So then we moved into their old house. Like they owned it.
Okay.
And so we just paid the property tax and the utilities.
And they were like, yo.
So then I had my own room. And then my parents got divorced, and my father moved out. And I was week to week.
And you were like,
I have my own room at this house, but at the other house, I still slept in the living room and slept on the couch.
Damn, that's rough. You didn't mind it? You can't tell me you didn't mind it. Like, dude, it feels like, I mean, I had my own room probably from like, I don't know, 8 on, and like, that was, I mean, it was always my room. I never moved out of it.
Like, in my defense, or in my father's defense, we had the house.
He had a room that he needed to put his records in. I get it, yeah.
Actually.
Oh, no.
Actually.
This is my office.
We had a barn. We called it the barn. And it was like one of those.
Damn, you really grew up white trash. Hold on.
It was like one of those Sears, okay. like they deliver the barn and it sits there.
Oh, okay.
My father's motorcycle went in there, and as well as his tools. But there was a couch, and I had my TV and my Xbox in there, so that was like our shared space. So if I didn't want to deal with them in the living room, I could go out to the barn.
I got my two most important things in there: my tools and my motorcycle. Oh, and my son lives in there too.
Yeah,
I guess
a little bit.
Every once in a while, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So that was like that would be my like escape. Like I could go out there and watch a movie or play video games or something.
When we first moved to the area, we lived in basically, like you said, a double wide. And it was like a rental, but we lived out in like the boonies, right? It was like a rental out in the boonies. It was a trailer, double wide trailer. And I remember very specifically, we had one neighbor who would bring his motorcycle into his living room.
Oh.
And I was like,
did you ever watch, sorry to cut you off, but did you ever watch that movie Beyond the Law with Charlie Sheen?
Yes.
That
yes.
was
yeah, exactly.
That was my life.
Yeah. No, and honestly,
like he just has it parked in and he drives out the fucking door.
Yeah, this dude was basically that. Yeah. Like I'm not even kidding. Like
that's pretty sick, dude.
I remember a very specific moment as a child hearing like the vroom vroom and looking out like my childhood bedroom window and being like, what is that? And like not seeing anything. And then like seeing a motorcycle come out of a front door. And I mean, you got to think like as an 8-year-old, I'm not even 8, like 6-year-old. I was like, oh, that's normal. That's what people do.
That's just what people do.
Yeah. But so, that's when I started parking my car in my house.
Of course. So similarly, but not similar at all. The trailer that I grew up in until like 8, there was one day you just heard boom. And then you looked outside and it was the trailer next to us was just up in flames. Green flames.
I wonder why. Why would green? Oh, it must have been magic.
Magic. That's what it was.
Well, yeah,
was,
that's what it is. It's all magic.
They wanted the, what is it in Harry Potter? The floof powder.
Yeah.
And the Diagon Alley. And you transport.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
It just got a little out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird how wizards are all like skinny and stuff in the area.
Yeah. They don't have any teeth.
Yeah.
But, I don't question things. So
I love wizards.
Yeah.
They're just
really
so cool. I have a lot of wizards where I live.
Yeah.
Let's hit this intro.
The Southwest has been home to the most infamous outlaws, from Billy the Kid to Neil Patrick Harris. Safe to say, legends have wandered these deserts. And if you listen closely, you can almost hear the wind whisper their story over this barren land. Well, these two gunslingers, they have their own story to tell. They're shooting from the hip.
So speaking of wizards, like I said, I've been like reading the Harry Potter books recently because, wasn't allowed to. And so there's one thing that I noticed. So what we're doing is I'm reading the books and then we watch the movie after I read the book so I can kind of like see the differences between the movie and the book because, what else is there to do? What is it? Okay, maybe this is just me. All right, but I noticed the very first time that you see the wizards in the pub or whatever, where like he takes Harry to the leaky cauldron.
Yeah, leaky cauldron, and it's Harry.
Yeah,
it's Harry.
And they're all freaking out and like losing their shit. Yeah,
and it's the wizard white trash equivalent.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well then maybe that explains it. But why is everyone dressed the way that they are?
That's a very good question and something I've called into question because, like, you can't just see Dumbledore walking down the street and say, no, that's a normal guy right
Dude,
there.
I'm sorry, but, like, if I went to, like, if I was at London and I was, like, I just so happened to, like, stumble upon the Leaky Cauldron as a visitor
and
saw,
everybody's
like,
wearing, like, robes and black black robes, tattered, and
truly gay attire. You know what I mean? I would be like,
gay means happy in this instance.
yeah.
All right.
Sorry. No, I saw these people. I would immediately be like, well, no, it makes sense. This is Britain. But like, secondly, I would be like, wait, why is everyone dressed like this? Why is everyone wearing like, you know, they're wearing like robes and like goofy hats and like,
yeah, and but like, I guess their excuse is it's the wizarding world. Sorry,
get it out there. Come on,
trying. So it's like totally separate. It's totally separate and meant to be like you see Harry dressed in jeans and a t-shirt.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like when he's in the regular world, but
Yeah.
as soon as he's going to Hogwarts, he gets in the uniform and whatnot.
And yeah, he's in the uniform, but in the later movies, he's
true.
wearing like you know the American
And like a
apparel,
hoodie and stuff.
Jeans. He's got regular sneakers, and then he like walks up to some guy who's wearing like fairy like you know like. Like
I know what you mean.
A
Like-
big
like-
coat, like
And it's all scarlet and golden and flowing. And
exactly. And they walk in, they're like, he walks in, he's like, "Hello, Harry." You know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't like be like, do wizards
just a
exist
little
around
taken
here?
aback. Just a
Yeah.
little taken aback.
It's like when you see movies where like vampires in modern times. It's
Yeah.
like you could totally catch a vampire like out in public.
yeah, it's the only one wearing Armani in
Not even Armani. Why is this man walking around in a 3-piece suit with a pea coat on top of it, and he's got the cigarette holder
Yeah.
and like a cigarette, and everyone's like, "Oh no, that's just Jeff. He just kind of comes around, hangs out.
Yeah, he comes in, gets like 3 boar's head, and
He never drinks
goes on
them,
about
though.
his way.
He never drinks them. He always just kind of looks at the drink and just like he looks like he's longingly thinking about how much he misses putting liquids in his body.
Okay, when I meant like literal boar's head. I don't know where you went with that.
See, but that's what I'm saying is like, I always find it funny because that's how you can tell works of fiction or works of fiction because I'm sorry, man, but I could catch a vampire. It's the dude in the cape.
The suspension of disbelief. Like you're not going to see the motherfucker in a cape walking down the street or on the subway.
Yeah,
they don't use the subway because they fly.
There's a guy wearing like South Pole jeans, you know, and like a South Pole shirt, and then next to him is a man with a cane and like a cape, like waddling
that's
down.
a fucking vampire.
100%.
That's
dude.
a fucking vampire.
Like like there's no
either
way
that
around
or a
it.
crazy person.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that too. But, you know, but they usually like have like a sense of wealth around them.
Yeah.
You never see a vampire who's like broke. There's no
That's
such
true.
thing as a broke vampire.
That's true.
That'd be sick though.
That would be. Admittedly, I like reading creepypastas.
Yeah.
They're-
You have mentioned this.
No, I mentioned the No Sleep
Well,
podcast.
to me,
I
you
don't-
haven't mentioned them
Yeah.
to the audience.
So
You haven't come out
audience,
as a creepypasta reader.
I like reading creepypastas. There was one.
Do you feel safe enough to admit this to people now, or is this okay?
It's a
all right.
safe space.
Yeah,
I feel comfortable.
I just want to push you to it. I know how big of a deal it is to come out as a creepypasta guy. And
Well, I admitted I slept on a couch like literally most of my life, so I feel like this is.
yeah, but you have
this is the
wizards
next-
next door, so you know it's not a
Yeah.
big deal.
But anyway, there was a story I just read where this like dude wakes up. He went to a high school reunion and lied about what he did. He said he was like a stockbroker.
Awesome.
And was like totally vague about everything. Got drunk as shit.
That's what I plan on doing.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to my high school reunion.
Oh no, I'm gonna go to the high school reunion and I'm gonna be like, I'm an astronaut. Actually.
I'm an astronaut
Oh,
cowboy.
you wouldn't know that I'm an astronaut. I'm actually an astronaut in Canada. So you know,
it's
a
not
little different.
publicized.
Yeah, they don't put that stuff on the internet. in
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah. I'm an underground millionaire. I actually like trade stocks on the side. And
I pull out my wallet. This is my wife. It's just a picture of Anna de Armas.
totally my wife. Totally believable.
Is that Anna de Armas? Well, that's enough looking at her. Huh? I don't like the way you're looking at her.
Yeah, she's similar. She has a similar build.
She's a homely woman. That one. Let me tell you. You know,
That's why she's not here. She's at home doing dishes.
she's taking care of my 10 kids who are actually all high school or not academic.
D1 athletes.
all of them, every single one.
Yep. Well, except for Timothy, he's like a tech guy, so he.
I got when you're sweating into the punch bowl.
I was trying to add extra salt.
I actually just got back from my long 3-mile run that I just got back from before I came here. And
it's totally normal.
It's just stuff we do. You know, us upper echelon folk. I don't even live here.
You wouldn't know what that's about.
Your car has license, like the state's license plates on it. I'm renting a car.
It's just more efficient. I can't take my Bugatti on a plane, unfortunately. So,
but I can.
Private jet only has so much room. I would have to get it transported.
Yeah,
it's just better to rent.
It's just too much, and it's got dents all over it. It's these rental companies these days.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They don't pay attention to shit.
Gosh. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, so in this story, he goes and meets somebody at the bar, and basically he gets so drunk that he doesn't remember, but she takes him back to his apartment or motel.
The girl that he meets, or
yes.
Okay.
And then he wakes up and he's like, I have a coppery taste in my mouth. Whoa. What's going on here? And then she gets out of the shower and basically it surmises, oh yeah, you're a vampire now. You don't remember that? You don't remember me turning you into a vampire?
What?
And all of this transpires and he reveals that he lied about everything because she was looking for a new mate. She's been around for decades as a vampire.
Okay. What was she doing at a high school reunion?
No, she was at the bar.
Okay.
He left the reunion because they were dogging on him and he
that'd
went
be
to the bar. I'm
wild.
sorry, I forgot that point in the story.
That'd be a wild thing to tell people. So what do you do for work?
I'm a vampire.
I am a vampire.
I just, I'm a vampire. But so she's basically grooming this guy to be her new mate, her new husband.
Boy toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he revealed, dude, I fucking lied about all of that. I work at 7-Eleven and live in my mom's basement. This is legit part of the story. And then she gets pissed off, throws him around the hotel room because she's a vampire and
That's so hot.
I know,
nice,
right?
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
And then she leaves fuck you, dude, figure it out. And he was like, well, I'm a vampire now. So I watched Bela Lugosi and he has these hypnotizing powers. So then he calls the people up because his room's trashed. So he doesn't want to get his
fined or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So the dude comes up and he's like, no, you are going to let me out of this room or Jedi. Exactly. And the dude starts freaking out as you would, if somebody tries to come up to you and hypnotize you. And cops end up getting called on him. And so his thing is, I'm going to go to the roof because I'm a vampire. I can fly.
Does he end up just killing himself?
Jumps off the roof. Nice. And says fly and jumps and falls. And then the vampire chick is like, man, he should have let me explain that you're not an actual vampire until the 12th time we transfer blood.
Jeez, dude, really?
Yeah.
That's messed.
It's a rough
I feel that would be
one
my
of
luck.
the comedic side of creepypasta, yeah.
Well, most of creepypasta is comedic, let's be honest with ourselves here.
But this one was purposefully comedic, dude, not just bad.
That would be my luck. I would wake up one morning.
I'm a fucking vampire?
Yo,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, brother, I sucked on you last night. And I'm like, what?
Oh, so I'm a fucking vampire.
Yeah,
cool.
Dude, I sucked you dry. You're full of blood, full of vampire blood. Get out there and live. You know what I mean?
All right.
I'd go out there, I'd walk into a bank and be like, you're going to give me all your money. And they'd be like, there is a fucking crazy man at the front desk right now.
Emergency button is pressed 10 times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, sir. We're going to definitely take care of that. I don't know, man. What kind of vampire powers do you think you would have if you were a vampire? Because doesn't every type of vampire have their own type of their set of powers?
It's interesting that you bring that up because Have you ever watched From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series? Not the movie with George Clooney, but
I've seen the movie. I haven't seen the TV series.
the TV series is interesting because they build on the vampire. They call them culebras.
Yeah.
Like snake.
Yeah.
Less bat, more snake.
Yeah.
So
We just got demonetized in Mexico for that, by the way, but that's fine. No, it's cool. Go on.
it says snake.
All of our Mexican listeners, I'm so sorry he said that out loud. We're going to get canceled by Mexico.
Culebras means snake.
Don't say it again.
Culebra means snake. Am I wrong? Like I'm not a Spanish speaker, but
Well, I think it. I don't.
I'm
think it
pretty
means,
sure
I don't
it
think it
means
means snake.
snake.
I think it means something else. Well, like it's a bad word technically. Like you
Is it?
can't. Well, yeah, you can't walk into a fucking place and call someone a culebra.
well, of course not, because that would be for one.
What is that? What are you watching over there?
I thought that was your phone.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, so Google says Culebra is a Puerto Rican municipality. So I don't know what that means.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's a Puerto Rican municipality.
Hold on.
You can get there
I'm
in-
doing my own research.
You can get there in 21 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay. See,
Okay,
I
it's
brought
snake
up.
and Spanish.
Thank you. I brought up Google Translate.
I'm
It
gonna-
means snake.
What you said before, I'm going to also have to get rid of because you only said the first part of Google and it sounded like a K at the end of it.
Oh, did it? I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend anybody in this explanation
No, see,
of
Richard,
From
you-
Dusk Till Dawn.
See, Richard, you already fucked up with the apology. You have to do a big. I have had a total and utter lapse of judgment.
Yes.
We're practicing right now. for the once we actually get like a full on audience, this is what it's going to sound like when we have to start apologizing.
Yep.
for things.
Yep. We're practicing.
I can't believe he'd say that.
Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
In the From Dusk Till Dawn lore, these, I'm gonna keep saying it, culebras.
That's fine.
They have a certain word for it. I can't remember what it is, but
A certain je ne sais quoi.
as the French would call it, a certain I don't know what, but they have their own specific power. Like one has wings.
Yeah.
One has protective skin.
Okay.
So like they have their own special little power. One can shoot venom out of. Call back to the earlier
That's
episode.
what I'm saying, brother.
I thought about this, but so are you saying like my own special power, or
Yeah.
are
So
we
like if you were turned in, like let's say you wake up tomorrow morning, and like
somehow
yeah, chances
I've
are you like woke
become
up.
a vampire / culebra.
Yeah. Someone walks out of the bathroom, they look you dead in the eyes, and they're like, "I sucked you last night," and you're like,
Yeah, I was there for that.
"Yeah,
so.
thanks for the sucking, bro. I appreciate it." You know what I mean? But yeah, then you like
Wait,
you start,
bro.
but then you start noticing some shit like like
Like
you notice like a fly like touching its little legs together, and your sound's like really heavy, and like you start noticing things around you.
So like that's like a big thing in all of that like lore is the transition period. You're supposed to like you don't really fully transition until you feed.
Okay.
Like you get the genome or the blood virus or whatever
Okay.
that makes you into this supernatural being, but it doesn't fully take effect until you feed, which means you have to kill somebody.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like how do you progress from that? Because you're not gonna you're just gonna feel weird. You're not gonna feel like a supernatural being until like ideally you would have a proctor, a mentor, if you will, that would say like, okay, eat, and then we can go on about our business, and I can teach you how to be a vampire.
Okay. See, so it's not necessarily off topic. It's still on the topic of vampires, right? So in the sense of a vampire, why don't these dudes just go to like a blood bank and like slip the doctor like $100?
Well, Blade goes into that.
Yeah.
Like that's how all of these people feed.
That's how I'd be drinking.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to kill anybody.
Well, yeah.
I'm just trying to get a little suck. I'm trying to go out there and get a little suck.
Just a little suck.
Suck on a blood.
little
Suck on a blood
sucky.
back, baby.
But
My
my point
story.
is,
Hey, man, you motherfucker gonna suck?
I just
Get
need,
out of here, man.
I just need like 2 pints of your blood. Come
It's like
on,
the 5th
dude.
time this week you've come to my door. Do you not notice how sheepishly I am, sir? Let me just get a suck.
I just want to suck, dude. So, anyway, my point is, like with the blood banks and whatever, that's held for the higher echelon
You know,
of
I like
vampires.
to think of myself as LGBT forward, but I swear to God, if this guy comes to my door and asking for a suck again, I'm gonna lose my mind. I subscribe. I donate to all the. I donate to all the places. I voted for gay marriage.
So I don't know why this dude keeps wanting a little sucky suck. All
He
right,
keeps knocking on my window, 2 a.m. Let me get a suck, brother. Come on, dude. Just one
Dude.
suck.
dude, fuck off. I'm trying to sleep.
I'm with my wife and kids.
You can get sucky tomorrow.
Just really confused about why the vampire next door keeps asking for a suck.
Oh man,
Brother, let me just get a suck, brother.
yeah, that's like the lower echelon. The higher echelon are the ones that like have ties into the blood banks.
Yeah,
and they
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the type of vampire.
But
I
you're
try to
not
be.
going in as a higher echelon.
Also, we have a good set of mountains behind us. I'm going out there and looking for deer. Right?
That's smart.
Yeah.
See, that's the way. Well, okay. Again, if we want to go into the lore, it's like you need, and From Dusk Till Dawn specifically, not pure blood, but you need soul.
Okay.
And animals, they have soul, but it's not. They have soul. I just
You're
realized what
gonna
I
keep
said.
going, dude.
Anyway,
They can play the hell out of jazz for those animals.
they can play the saxophone like nobody else.
Hey, that motherfucker right there, he's got
soul. But like the soul is what gives it flavor in that lore.
Okay.
So like
So every religion's like a different flavor.
no, it's not even religion.
Christians
it's
taste
person
like-
based.
Oh, the Buddhists taste like grape.
Like
I love sucking Buddhists.
because grape. I love grape.
Mm.
So in the lore, okay, each person had like the soul has a flavor essentially.
Okay.
So like let's say So let's say
Imagine
you
you're
were
a-
fed on.
Imagine you're a vampire and you go to like, suck on a soul, right? Like you find like
Yeah.
a person, right? And you're like, you hunt them down middle of the night. Things are getting real tense. You take one bite out of them, take a little swig, and you're like, oh, artificial banana.
Oh, Laffy Taffy, what the fuck?
Bro,
Fuck you, dude. Go fuck off. I don't
you're
want to eat
nasty,
you.
dude. I want to suck from you.
I don't want to suck from you, dude. Come
Then you go
on.
back to your neighbor's house. Dude, brother, come on out here.
You're cherry limeade, dude.
I know you are, man.
I know you're cherry limeade. I want to suck on.
I smelt you from the house over, my guy. Come on out here, dog. Let me suck you. Leave me alone, man. Stop.
Oh man. This whole thing's demonetized.
All right. No, sorry. Go on. You were saying.
I forgot what I was saying.
No. You were talking about before I went back into the sucking. You said so each soul has a flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so actually on that topic,
Yeah.
let's say
Uh-huh.
perchance you were fed on by a culebra, what would be your flavor?
Oh, my flavor?
What do you think your flavor would be? Because mine's
Shit.
terrible.
Let me think.
Nobody other than an Irishman would want my blood.
Why? Because you'd be like an Irish whiskey.
Oh, I'm whiskey and
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah, 100%. I probably taste like tacos. They'd be a little
No,
confused.
you know what? I'm gonna give you some leeway. You're gonna be carnitas.
All right, like well-seasoned carnitas.
Oh
or are we
yeah,
talking about like white people
cilantro,
carnitas?
lime,
Damn, all right.
whole 9 yards.
Yo, vampires, what's up? You know where to find me. If you want to come by and give me a suck, dude, you can find me out in the desert.
You can find me out in the desert. Just get a little cilantro, lime in your life.
So is that does it go into like why certain vampires like like pure blood or whatever? Does it taste like vanilla?
It's supposed to be more concentrated when they're pure. Yeah, like if you imagine, so you take the flavor of cherry lime, right?
Okay.
That's just that's my go-to. Yeah. So instead of like in a 7-Up like 44-ounce version, you're getting it like a shot of the pure syrup when they're pure.
So it's like fountain drink versus like out of the bottle.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I get you. All right.
Yeah. Their lore is weird, but it somehow makes sense in that little campy ass show, and I fucking love that show. Please watch it.
That's which show is that again?
From Dusk Till Dawn,
the TV series.
Right.
It was an AMC show, right?
Actually, it was on what's that one that Robert Rodriguez started? El Rey.
Oh, the El Rey Network.
They that's where it came from.
Underground on that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I used to. I loved watching that. Lucha Underground was like, we're gonna just mix novellas and professional wrestling, and I was like,
oh, that's fantastic.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, no, that sounds good, really good. But yeah, it was off that network, and then it got transported to Netflix.
So wait, so like, I guess what I'm wondering is like, so yeah, back to that. If you were a vampire, and then you find a poor soul who's just kind of hanging out, maybe skateboarding.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
They might be like you walk by and they're listening to like Limp Bizkit, and you're like, that's a terrible taste in music.
Yeah, I'm not feeding on you.
No, but like you're really hungry.
Like I am really hungry.
Like
this
sometimes
is the
you
most opportune because he's by himself.
Yeah. Like sometimes you're hungry and like you go to the gas station and you probably shouldn't be eating what's in that.
Yeah, you're really hungry though, so you'll get a burrito.
So you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll risk it. You know what I mean? That's what this guy is. He is this is the equivalent of gas station food to vampires, right? Like you walk up and you're like, hey, how are you, man? And he's like, what's up, Skrill? How are you, my dog, my big boy?
Nope, I'm walking away.
No.
I don't care how hungry I am. Fuck off, dude.
He's got like a pitcher, like an actual pitcher, and it's full of like just straight like sugary Kool-Aid, and he's just drinking it straight out the pitcher.
He's just drinking cherry Kool-Aid out of the pitcher.
You're like, oh, dude, you don't want to get like a little hydrated? He's like, I haven't drank water in 13 years. And you're like, oh, I guess this might be the one. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, this guy, he doesn't really have anything else going on. It's not like he's going to be a lawyer or something.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's the most opportune. He's going to taste like a bean burrito from Allsup's. That's going to be his flavor.
The meat and bean chimichanga.
Yeah. Just like it fills my tummy. Yeah, that's what I needed.
The type of dude who has the Allsup smell but doesn't work on Allsups.
Exactly. Like, why do you smell like Allsups?
Yeah. So let's say you suck that dude. And
just give him a little sucky suck.
Yeah, just a quick suck. And then when you're done sucking, he's laying there like, and you kill him, right? Because you have to. You got to put him out of their misery.
Yeah, because if you don't, then like the next best option is turn them, and you can't just be creating fucking vampires all over the place.
Yeah, that'd be terrible, right?
You can't do that.
Yeah, that'd be too many.
You have to be very specific.
You got to have like one vampire, maybe. You can't
like
have more than one.
You have your underling, and that's like it. Maybe two.
Yeah, and that's
two.
That's the most.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can't just keep pushing these bad
you're
boys
not
out
a den mother or whatever you call it.
So you finish this person off, right? And they're like, oh, I need a cigarette because you sucked them. and then you finish.
That took me a little too long to get.
No,
but all
so
right.
you finish it. You
finish the sucky suck, yeah.
You wipe your face, and then you walk out. So now that you're done doing all that, what kind of powers are you getting? What powers would you wish for?
Oh, you know what's actually interesting in that lore? So first of all, like when you don't get it from feeding. Like you get your power comes eventually. It's not like your first feeding you get your power.
Okay.
It comes eventually. So like in the story, Richard Gecko gets it's like an eye in the middle of your palm.
Okay.
And then he can he can mind control people.
Oh, that's tight.
Like he has to be like, kill this dude. Bam. touches your forehead.
Slaps the forehead?
Yeah,
Okay.
like you should have had a V8. Bam.
That's sick,
Go
dude.
kill this dude.
Right on.
And that's his power. I don't want that power, but I'm just, for example. So
You don't want to mind control people?
that would, I'm not a, that's not my bag.
This might say a
That's
lot
not my
about me,
bag.
but that sounds like the perfect power.
Yeah, I know you, and that sounds like something you would
Although
want.
I'd probably be abusing the hell out of it. I'd like,
Exactly, which is why you wouldn't get
Yeah.
it.
Go get me a bag of Lay's.
I'm hungry, go fetch.
Yeah, they bring me back a barbecue bag. Sour cream and onion. I have to walk back in.
Right, so mine, what I'm thinking, I don't know, I don't want to spit poison. I'm thinking the protective skin layer.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I think that would be pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
it just have and like you can fucking like, oh, you know what? No, I take it back.
Okay.
I want Wolverine claws.
Can you get Wolverine claws
Yes,
as a vampire?
it's in From Dusk Till Dawn. Like
What?
he has they're not exactly Wolverine claws, but they come out of the forearm and he has like
I don't know though. Doesn't that seem kind of like I mean like in a world where you can control people's minds, take a bullet directly to your skin.
Already like you're not impervious, but you are
Okay.
like almost invincible.
I was like, I feel like Wolverine claws are kind of like the Pringles of the situation.
I
you know?
disagree. I
Like, they're
disagree.
there, but-
because I already have the healing factor because as a vampire you already heal almost automatically.
Right.
So I want the claws.
What would you do with the claws, Richard?
Well, it would help me in my hunt.
Your hunt for what? Are you after people or are you after deer? What kind of a vampire are you? Be honest.
I'm
This
one
is a
of
safe
those.
space. We're only talking to hundreds of people. It's all right.
No, I'm one of those. I might feed on animals, but apparently they don't taste as good because it's like there's no soul. Or so I would be the type like I want to rid the world of the bad people.
Oh,
and
you're gonna be
feed
that
them.
kind of vampire.
Yeah,
Okay.
and feed on them.
You're gonna be like the type who like goes after like the bad guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
like yeah,
I mess with that. All right. So you're kind of like a cop vampire.
almost. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like or like a Ghost Rider vampire. Like you have been judged.
And therefore I will
I'm gonna fucking eat you.
I'm gonna
suck
suck the
you.
shit out of you.
I'm gonna suck you fucking dry.
What? Get over here.
Oh man.
Dude, I don't know if I want to do this. How would you?
Okay, how about you? Hold
no,
on,
before you
no,
go on,
no.
how do you lure these people in? Because like the question is,
No,
like,
I'm
are you
hunting
just-
them. I'm
are you
hunting
just
them.
listening to like the police radio, and they're like,
Yeah, like I'm going full on like
they're like
I'm
909er.
vigilante type
Yeah.
shit.
They're like 909er. We have a man who just robbed a convenience store. And
Oh,
you're
I
like,
got their ass.
perfect time.
I'm fucking hungry. It's dinner time.
Can you fly in this situation?
No, only like
so you
that
have
has
to,
to be
like-
your power is to fly.
Oh, but then vampires can't turn into bats in this world.
No, but they're culebras for one. They're snakes, not vampires.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the thing.
Oh, I don't like this version anymore. See, because when I'm thinking
Well,
vampires,
it's
I'm
based
thinking
off
like,
of like your culture, so because
sorry.
it came from the Mayans and the Aztecs.
I don't like the way you said your culture there. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel a little offended by the way you kind of
I'm
did
sorry,
that. You
well-
also kind of pointed at me a little aggressively.
I didn't point. I used the hand. It's more
Yeah, that's fine.
it's more
You want me to go
forgiving.
do your lawn real quick? No, dude, but like, see, when I think of vampires, I think of like Bela Lugosi.
Oh well, yeah, but
You know what I
like,
mean? Like
I'm
Dracula.
speaking in this universe. They are
Okay.
culebras from Mayan and Aztec culture because that like when the Spaniards came in, like you already had the gods of Mexico. It wasn't Mexico at the time, but
Yeah.
of the South. ¿Cómo se dice? The South American region,
Okay.
Central American region. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
So that's how that came about.
Can I be a shapeshifter? Is that
Yes.
a power? Okay.
Yes,
That's probably what I'm doing then.
that's a smart idea.
I don't know, though. I don't know if that works
It's
as well.
not quite shape shifting. It's like projecting
Oh, like a different vision.
a visage.
Oh, okay.
So like you yourself could look like me. You're just projecting that.
I look like you. Am I only
Visage.
am I only projecting it to one person? Or
No,
I
you can project it to anybody. It just depends on how powerful you are.
See, I don't know if that's like as cool of a power though, because AI can do that. Like you can just kind of get a picture of like President Biden and have him like go on the internet
true.
and be like, fucking Cheetos.
But this isn't the internet. This is real world.
Yeah, true.
Like you could be walking down,
and everyone's like,
you
"Oh
could
my
look
gosh,
like The Rock walking down Walmart."
Oh, it's Dwayne Johnson. He's like, I wasn't there.
I don't know. I didn't steal a TV. What the fuck?
Then people would wait. So, but then the question is, if people catch you on like their phone cameras, do you still look like The Rock on the cell phone camera, or do you show your actual vision?
That wasn't explored in the show. I'm going to say still shows like what you are projecting.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to say that's how it
See,
works.
because that feels kind of like a cop-out. Because if I decide to walk down the street as like, I don't know, let's just say random name Christopher Walken,
Right.
totally naked, walking down the road, walking to a Walmart, and I'm like, hey, where's your closest, I don't know, TVs? And they're like, Mr. Christopher Walken.
Please put some pants on.
But by all means, this is where our TVs are. I'm like, hey, thank you so much. And I like walk in, grab their TVs, and then like walk out, and they're like, dude, Christopher Walken just walked in here naked. That's what I would do. I would hold celebrities ransom.
Oh, that's
Right?
a good idea.
And be like, I'm gonna make you look like a fool, my boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I hit up Johnny.
Because that's even better than the mind control power. Like you don't have
exactly.
to touch them. You can just contact them. Like, dude, I have this footage.
I have this
so
footage
what
of
are we
you
gonna
walking
do?
into a 7-Eleven and
Butt
asking-
ass naked with a chicken suit on.
and stealing all the hot dogs off the hot roller and screaming.
And
at the
I'm gonna post it unless you give me $25 million. What are you gonna do, Christopher Walken?
Here's the 25 million. Please don't post that video. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yep.
I don't know. Shapeshifter
And
would be
call the
dope.
cops because I'm gonna suck you.
7-Eleven sucky. That's what I'm gonna post it on YouTube as.
7-Eleven sucky.
720p. The 7-Eleven sucky, starring Christopher Walken. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's between that and mind control, because mind control seems like such a dope thing to be able to do.
Well, yeah, because if you just like find your way close enough to one of the highest official, and all you have to do is,
Dude, this podcast
Bam.
would blow up.
Oh, yeah.
Like at the beginning of every podcast video, I'd be like, share with your friends.
no, you have to touch them in the show.
No, see, so I'm thinking maybe just like the
You want the Jedi mind
just
trick.
the Jedi mind trick,
Okay.
Like it's me on a
I'll
camera.
allow it.
Being like, ooh.
This is a fucking TV
Show
show
your
that
friends.
ended 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
exactly. We can add
I'm
more.
allowing it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. We start every podcast. It's me in front of the camera, and I'm going, show everyone. And then people are like,
Everybody wants to see this.
people are like, hey, have you noticed something off about Jared? He just keeps like mentioning this podcast every chance he gets.
man, I just really want to watch The Wire.
I don't know why. Yeah, that's how The Wire got famous, popular.
Exactly.
That's how most shows get popular. It's like they
It's
have
all vampires.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
cracked the code.
That's how shows like Ugly Betty and like
Yeah.
stuff like that got famous.
Big
Dude.
Bang Theory. I'm going to admit it. I am under control of a vampire.
Okay, in that regard, what kind of a vampire do you think Sheldon would be?
Oh, he'd be the lamest vampire.
Yeah, he'd probably just like I don't know.
He just like his power would be annoying people.
Oh, he's an energy vampire.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
The
what
we
Sheldon
do in the
is.
shadows thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah, he would just stand
How
there and
great
annoy
is
people.
that fucking show,
Oh, it's
by
so
the way?
good. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. Like, I think about vampires all the time. Well, not all the time, but like pretty. I think about
They
vampires.
are prominent.
Yeah, I think about them more often than somebody probably should.
Mm.
Is what I'll say.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's one of those weird fears that I have that like they actually exist, and like we're putting this podcast out there mocking them, and like one of them's listening to it like,
Oh, if they only knew.
I'm gonna suck you,
I'm
bro.
gonna fucking suck you so
When
hard.
I find you, bro, I
I'm
swear,
gonna
dude.
fucking suck you, dude.
Just me and a cigarette. Dude, that was crazy. No, but seriously, man.
So
like,
how do we go from here, dude?
I
Like,
know.
are we like,
are we like cool?
or like we?
I don't know why we keep saying dude and bro.
I know.
Like in my head, like a vampire is like Ana de Armas. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I want my vampire to be looking.
Yeah.
Imagine that, dude. I don't care, bro. Like honestly, if a vampire like that was like, yo,
I'm gonna fucking suck you.
you're gonna die tonight, I'd be like, I guess that's it then.
That's how I go.
I like how vampires always have to be at like upscale bars too. They're never like at a
I know,
Chili's.
It's a dichotomy. They're either at like super high class bars or they're at dive bars.
Yeah.
There's no. They're not at the Applebee's bar.
Yeah, it depends on the kind of. Well, yeah, they're not the neighborhood bar.
They don't just say Applebee.
Yeah.
You know what? I want some mozzie sticks.
I'm gonna be realistic. Vampires don't like the taste of. Oh, that's why they put too much garlic on the mozzarella sticks.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's why
It's
they
the
have to go to
garlic.
dive bars because dive bars don't serve food.
Yeah.
And then if you
They
go
have
to
pretzels, maybe.
you go to a high end bar, they're gonna be like eating. I don't know, like newborn baby and octopus.
Chateaubriand.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. So that's why they hang out there. But you never see a vampire just hanging out at like the Applebee's bar.
That's true.
That's the kind of movie we should make. We should make a movie where
that's a good idea.
middle class vampire. You know what I mean?
Okay. So middle class vampire.
I'm thinking insurance
I'm
salesman.
making notes. Hold on.
I'm thinking maybe he's like an insurance salesman, right? You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah, he works for State Farm.
Yep.
You know, he's really good at it.
He's one of the consults.
He has the hypnotizing thing.
Yeah.
So he can tell people like, oh, this
You
is what you're...
wanted 18% premium.
That or he's... Yeah, that's what he sounds like too. Yeah. Oh, that's Jared. He just has a weird voice. I love an Applebee bar. It is my favorite bar to drink at.
Drink Bloody Mary.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, what can I get y'all to drink tonight? I will take a cup of blood. Oh, Jared, you're acting so out of pocket tonight.
Bloody Mary.
Get him
That's how he says it.
Yeah.
That's how he says it.
Get him
how
a Long
cool is that?
Get him a Long Island iced tea. Come on, Jared, you're acting crazy.
Jared's gonna get drunk as shit tonight.
Dude, Jared always walks in. He's got the cloak with the collar up to his forehead, bro. That guy's crazy.
Yeah, I would totally make that movie.
Yeah, dude, middle class vampire.
Oh,
so
yeah.
insurance salesman, right? He's like like you said, he's kind of like
He has the Jedi mind trick.
You want the premium? You know, like, damn, Jared is one of the best insurance salesmen.
I fucking love that dude.
Yeah, this dude's crazy.
He's the best.
But like he can also like make you see what your death looks like, and that's what makes him buy the life insurance premium.
Oh,
This is how you're going to die.
That's a good idea.
Oh my gosh, 22. I was gonna go way longer than that. And that's why he's so popular with the insurance salesman is because he's getting like 21-year-olds and stuff to sign up.
Of course.
You know, instead of like the usual crowd.
So, little morbid. Have you thought about your death?
I'm not gonna get into this.
Okay,
I don't want to get into this.
fair enough. Sorry, listeners. Off topic. We're putting in a pin.
I just love the idea that it's like the podcast so far has just been like fart joke, and then you're like, you thought
What about morality and your mortality?
Have you thought about dying?
What about your death?
Hey, what about dying?
Have you thought about your death?
It sounds like you're in a bathroom again. Just in a bathroom.
You're in the stall next door.
No, ready. It's like us.
Go ahead.
It's me. And it's. Damn it. Hey, pal. Do you by chance have any? Do you have any toilet paper? I ran out on my end.
I have some.
Can you pass some over?
I might.
You all right? Are you all right over there, big guy?
I'm just thinking about my death.
What?
Have you thought about your death? How soon is that going to come?
Oh, God. Dude, getting approached in the bathroom and being asked about your death.
Getting asked about your death and then you just catch a roll of toilet paper that came out of nowhere.
That was a crazy throw. Yeah, dude, I don't know.
It's what you see in the shadows, but bathroom version. Or what we do in the shadows, but bathroom version.
Edition. The toilet edition. That's what this podcast is turning into. It's the toilet humor edition.
You know.
Hey, man.
Podcasts progress. All right.
So
Little sucky, a little poop joke. That's what happens.
a little bit of death. Other than that,
Otherwise, this is a normal podcast.
very standard, straightforward podcast for you guys.
Yeah, I don't know what you're freaking out about.
I don't know, man. Like I feel like if I was a vampire, I could probably take over the world. Because like
I think you could.
I just don't understand why vampires don't like use that more to their advantage.
I think.
Or they worry that there's vampire hunters out there.
Well, of course, if there's vampires, there has to be vampire hunters. It's
Right.
like the god and devil dichotomy. Like there has to be one and the other.
There can't
have
just be
one.
one.
No.
Yeah, true.
Highlander.
That is
You
kind of
can't- there can only be one.
that is
No.
kind of bummy. You know what I mean? Drinking at a bar, some guy just looks over at you and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
No, I'm going to stab you through the heart
Shoot,
with a
it's this
fucking
guy.
wooden stake.
I love that vampire hunters always look like vampire hunters too
Yeah.
in movies. Like they're never just like a casually dressed
Nope.
man. That's what it is.
They
about
have to have a
fiction.
trench coat.
Yeah.
And
Big hat.
yeah.
You
Big
know?
hat.
Yeah, they're wearing silver.
They
all
just have
over.
like a big ass hunter's knife on their hip for no reason.
20 rings just sprawled out
Yeah.
both hands.
Yeah, there's no casual vampire
As if
hunter.
the vampire like can't just like. That's why vampire hunters suck, is because they can spot them from a mile away.
Exactly. Like you don't see a vampire hunter at Speedway.
Yeah, or like a vampire hunter wearing like jorts and like a like a button up. You know what I mean?
That's an idea.
That's there you go.
that's an idea.
Casual
if you're
vampire
a vampire,
hunter.
yep.
So
they're
there you
not
go.
going to spot you.
Back to the movie we were talking about, right? So
Right.
Jerry or Jared, yeah,
Jared,
He's
middle
just a
class,
middle class,
vampire,
and then you got the vampire,
and then you
hunter.
got them in jorts. They're always skating around for no reason.
and
Tight
Jared,
ass t-shirt.
Jared goes to like a softball tournament, and there's like a guy wearing like garlic as a necklace for some reason, and he's like, I don't know why, but
And all of a sudden,
oh my heart, and that's how the movie ends.
yeah, it's the drive by.
It's a short film, dude. That'd be sick.
I'm with it. That look out next month for Jared, the middle class vampire.
No, you know what? Next week we're gonna talk about. Next week we'll talk about werewolves. So that's what we'll do.
Oh, the
Since we're in-
lycanthropes. All
Since
right.
we're in the scary season, we're in the scary shooting from the hip season, right? Because we're recording this at night now.
No, it's at night. We're almost at October.
Yeah,
We
things
can-
are creepy.
Yep. Vampires.
If I wasn't-
skating around in jorts.
If I wasn't too
lycanthropes.
If I wasn't too lazy, you probably heard a different intro today. More than likely, I don't know. Maybe. But
We'll see.
I'm just saying, man. That's what we'll do. So for October, we can do vampires today. Next, we'll talk about werewolves, and then we'll just keep going down the list of like the classic MGM horror movie.
We
kinda
have
deals.
so much content ahead of us.
Dude, I'm
It's
just
so
saying.
Good.
Vampires seem like, because like what sucks about vampires is the whole sunlight thing.
Is the sucking part?
Well, no, the sucking part's
The
dope,
little
bro.
sucky sucky?
That's so sick.
You want the sucky sucky? Huh?
Get away from me, man. How many times have I told you?
No, you want the little sucky sucky.
Stop knocking on my door, dude. I'm in the middle of playing bingo with my family. This is like the third time you've asked me for a suck.
Dude, I am hungry. What do you want me to do?
You know how Sheldon does the penny thing? It's suck, suck, suck. Leave me alone, man. I'm tired of it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I do want to throw one thing out. Okay.
All right.
Let's say-
I'll allow it.
Okay. Your life as a vampire. Okay. So
My centuries of existence
yeah,
as a vampire.
you just got sucked. Okay.
Just now.
No.
Like at my age now.
when would you have gotten sucked? When do you think you would have gotten sucked if you were a vampire? 1600s?
No, I'm thinking more like 1980s.
Whoa. Okay. That's a lot. You're a young vampire. Is what
I'm
you
a, I'm a young one,
Okay.
but you know, I have space to grow. I can influence the new generation of suckers. I can influence.
pretty sure Elton John did that too. So wait, no. So what age would you have been sucked at?
22.
Okay, 22 is a good
I
age.
feel like that's like my prime.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're old enough to drink.
yeah, like
Right.
you look 22. You can be 22 forever.
Would you stay in the U.S. or would you go to like Europe? Or
I'm traveling all over the place.
Okay.
Because
you got to kind of like
to
keep
think
them.
there's been like 30 years since I've been sucked. So I've already been to Europe.
22 for like the last 30 years.
Yeah, Europe is like my thing. You can't stay in one spot too long, or else people are going to look at you like, "Why aren't you aging?" So you have to travel. All right.
Okay.
I want to hit Europe first because that's what is familiar to me.
Sure.
So then you can start branching out.
Okay.
All right. The more mature you get, you start to understand people and cultures more.
What if you don't get along with the vampires in Europe, though? Like, that's the thing. Like, what if you show up and you're like...
They seem like they would kind of be annoying.
Like, you walk into, like, a European... It's like... And you're like,
I'm going to Italy.
Hey, guys, I'm a vampire. And they're like, oh, little suck boy. Look at his brand new teeth. You know, like, because everyone in Europe are vampires, right? It's got to be.
And they've been vampires for centuries.
Well, there's a reason the vampires stay over there. There's a reason there's no vampires in the desert.
Of course.
That's what's so stupid about the Dusk Till Dawn movie. Like, do they get burnt up?
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're in the desert. This is probably the worst place to be a vampire.
Well, but you just come out at night.
It's still a terrible place to be a vampire. At least in Europe, there's like clouds. Like at least
no, clouds don't help.
Oh, you're just constantly getting burnt?
Any sunlight. Like clouds might help a little bit, but you're gonna get like 2nd-degree burns as opposed to completely burnt up.
No, see, I'm a Twilight vampire. I sparkle.
Oh, you glisten.
Yeah, I glisten in the sun, dude. Instead of burning.
Juan just walks out into the sun and he's glistening.
I love that in Twilight they have Edward be like, I don't want you to see this. And like he just
sparkles.
Yeah, and she's like, what the fuck?
Like
I'm horrified.
It would have been far better if I don't want you to see this and literally starts burning alive. That's the movie I want to see.
That'd have been hardcore. It's a hardcore Twilight movie.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this before. In every instance of that movie, Bella is what he falls for.
I know. I don't get it.
The rat's nest hair. She like walks in the room. He's like, I'm a centuries old vampire. And she's like, I'm a girl who listens to indie music.
Oh, you're so deep.
Dude, you're so hot. I love the scene when she walks in the room and like he smells her and he's like, oh.
I forgot about that.
You've never seen that?
I forgot about it.
Okay, well, so there's a scene where she walks into the classroom, like a fan hits her, and he's like,
"Oh yeah,"
he's like turning his head, like, ugh, you know, because he wants to eat her, he wants to like kill her,
he can't,
yeah,
because
he's like,
we're in a classroom. I can't fucking suck you right now.
It's like some terrible.
I have to suck you later.
It's like terrible like abusive parent. He goes out and takes it out on a deer in the middle of the forest.
I'm angry.
God, it's so romantic.
So, he's so mature. You can tell he's survived centuries.
Yeah. Oh God, Jacob has a new girlfriend. How can you tell he's running through the forest trying to kill a poor deer?
Yeah, he's boxing trees for no reason.
I love that. Like that's the other thing. That's what bothers me about that movie too. The dude, the parent of that Colin household, is a doctor. You can get blood bags, and yet they still choose to go out and murder these poor deer in the middle of the forest.
Well,
all in the name of sport.
Yeah, it's a little sucky. I need a chase for the sucky. I can't just sucky. I need the chase.
How often are these dudes eating?
That's a good question.
How often do you think vampires have to eat?
I would say like once
a week.
Once a week, bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like if you're like look at you and I. We can go a day or two without eating.
What?
No, like physically.
Oh, okay,
I'm not saying like
okay.
I'm saying physically we can live eating once or twice a week.
Vampires are scary. We're gonna get into Richard's dietary habits next.
I'm saying physically we can survive that.
No, you're right.
So they have to eat at least once a week.
Okay.
But if they were going to be healthy vampires, 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. So would you say that do you think the Twilight vampires are maybe like malnourished, or do you think they're
I think they're a little malnourished.
Yeah. That's why
look
I said.
Look at Edward. He looks like a skinny ass white boy.
And that's what I'm saying. Doctor in the household totally can get blood bags. You know,
you could have a pint of blood.
you're telling me you've been alive for 500 years and
You
haven't
haven't thought of this?
You haven't done any trading in the black market? Not
Like-
even one little bit of trading?
Like just a bag of blood.
Yeah. Maybe like
it's voluntary. You don't have to kill anyone.
like a Ziploc bag of blood too.
Exactly.
Like you just wake up in the morning like it's a cup of coffee.
just blade it. All right. Squeeze the little the squeeze ball. Just get the blood out. All right, there you go, bud.
Yeah.
Whole bag of blood. Last you 2 days.
Twilight would have been a completely different movie if Edward would look Bella dead in the eyes and been like, "Let me get a suck."
Me gonna suck.
Oh my god.
No.
So
Fuck off, Edward.
So romantic. I love this movie. I'm gonna show my boyfriend 20
God.
times.
I want my boyfriend to suck me.
All right, guys. On that note,
This is Shooting from the Hip.
I'm Juan,
I am Richard.
and you've been listening to Shooting from the Hip.